Welcome back to Lucas Oil on the Edge, out of the snow and into the dirt with the E3 Super Mod Tractor Pull presented by General Tire. We're in Hamburg, New York. A beautiful shot there of Niagara Falls. This is one of the largest pulls in the country, and the best of the best come out here at this gigantic fairground.
No question about it. It's one of the toughest venues on the circuit, and the best is here today. LD Nation, Leishner, Ken Vini as well, amongst others, trying for the big prize.
Yeah, I mean, there's some young guns in this category, and it's great to see them in here. They're learning, but when you take a look at those three guys you just named off, there is so much experience. This guy has been bad to the bone, of course, a legend when it comes to engine building and coming out of the drag racing industry as well. Great to have him in here and the tractor pulling industry. When you take a look at those power plants on that tractor, it is second to none, I promise you.
Yeah, he's a great engineer. And truly, Ken Vini was one of the first guys to really, truly invent the billet aluminum cylinder head for a Hemi motor. Amongst other things, and a great pull, Ken.
Yeah, beautiful job. 318.83. Another look at it right here. They'll transfer the weight, of course, slowly let that clutch out, get those huge rear tires churning, and then it just picks up that front end about 6 inches off the ground to get maximum traction back there on those rear tires to try and get some grip and drag that sled. A solid effort there.
Great driving job. He knew how to judge that track, and as always, Vini does a great job of it and goes right to the top of the pack. Scott Tedder and Mr. Twister up next from nearby my hometown. He's from Marion, Indiana.
And another great pull here, 331.7 as he sends those veterans a strong message here. Look at those butterflies just slowly open up.
We have seen these tractors before, Ken, on a track that I like to call loose. A pulling track that is tight will produce these type numbers like 331 feet. But as you mentioned, those butterflies, baby, they are wide open, and he's making full steam right there at 331.
There comes one of the characters inside of the category. This guy is full of life, full of energy. LD Nation, the double down tractor. He actually has a couple of different tractors. This is the turbine-powered machine, and he has, of course, a supercharged multi-engine tractor as well.
Well, no matter what racing circuit you go around, there's always that one special good guy, and LD's one of them over here, trying to beat that 331 and can't get the job done. And I think he paid the price right there.
Yeah, right there at the very end, man, he was slinging some dirt up over his head. Here comes the next competitor, takes a licking. Wayne Bunnage will be the driver here. Takes a licking, keeps on ticking out of Golden Gate, Illinois.
And here's a machine with 4 motors on board. They're all Hemis, but these babies, instead of being inline, are turned sideways, as you can well see here. These don't come up short.
And that's cool, too. I mean, there's so much technology inside of these machines. These aren't just hillbillies out here throwing stuff together. When you take a look at those 4 engines and the transfer boxes, transfer cases that they use to get the power to those rear tires, it is unbelievable, and they have to be absolutely perfect. The tolerances are very, very tight. Here comes the son of Bill Leishner. This is Shannon.
And Shannon now, the full mark at 320, has 3, count them, 3 turbines on that machine. Let's listen to it.
There, 314.98. Keep in mind the full pull distance, 320. We have 2 competitors out. Shannon not able to get in there. We'll find out how Pops does. He'll bring those seasoned eyes in, a multi-time champion from Weldon, Illinois.
And these are Arius block machines. It's a hemispherical head motor, only made by a different manufacturer. Nick Arias built these motors, started building these motors in the early 80s, and they have been utilized a lot in this category.
Oh, yeah, he gets over the mark safely. 328.67, 3 of them in the pull-off.
Sound like he had room to spare. Watch it on replay. What you're seeing there coming out the bottom, all that is extra air. Those are kind of overflows, if you will, to let the pressure off the motors themselves.
Tedder hanging right in there with the big... You're watching Lucas Oil on the edge, and the fans out there, well, they're watching Niagara Falls. Definitely a big draw here, just outside of the E3 Supermod tractor pull. Over here, the Blue Man Group, that's like the Blue Boat.
That's right. That's a large version of it, baby.
Speaking of blue, Scott Tedder's trying to take that blue tractor and that blue sled all the way out across the stripe.
We are into the pull-off.
Tedder, who had the baddest tractor out here in the first round, sets 323.46 as the mark. By the way, LD Nation will not make the call here in the pull-off.
Has already scratched. Apparently there was some sort of breakage on his twin turbine machine earlier, but that is a picture-perfect run from a man from Marion, Indiana right there.
Beautiful job for the Mr. Twister. Now Bill Leishner, the only guy standing between Scott Tedder and a win. Can he get it done?
He's been there a lot of times. He knows how to do it. And it's on a great-looking run, Ken.
Closing off to the left, right at the very end. 319.28 will not be enough to get around Scott Tedder here today. The Dirt Slinger doing a pretty nice job. Feathered those throttles open right at the very end. It pulled him off to the left.
That is a good-looking run, and when it comes down to just a few feet and add a couple inches here or there, overall, this is a run that generally would not get beat in a pull-off, but Tedder was just that little bit better here tonight, and he'll win this baby by just about 4 feet.
Excellent job. Congratulations to Scott Tedder and the Mr. Twister and the rest of his team.